needs to be consistent, because that's the thing that I think Arkangel is. They really rely on Josh S to get those entry frags, especially if they're on the attacking side. And you also see that obviously Arkangel can clutch, a lot of their members can clutch, but Josh S clutches the most from the looks of what we saw during the quarterfinals and the semis.
And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like we're about to be ready for it. Sorted out the little issue that we had here, but it's all well now. As Arkangel look to go up against Bren, titans of the local scene here in the Philippines. Bren have been unstoppable, unbeaten thus far.
Yeah.
And I'd actually like to go against the points of the analysts in the panel earlier on. Split actually was brought up here, and it was said, I think by our good friend Swarley, that Bren has never actually played it thus far, which is true at the local level.
Yeah.
But there is something to take note here. Bren has played Split multiple times at the international setting. They've done it in the Ignition series. They've done it before against AAA. And they have, well, to be fair, they've lost on Split a couple of times as well, but they have had that experience. And so it's something that I'm looking to see them bring to the table later on in the series.
Yeah. Still, we're kind of just waiting for the match to begin. The countdown has done already, guys. So, again, apologies for that slight hiccup, but we are just about to drop it. And looking at the positionings, looking at where it seems Arkangel are going to be setting their eyes on, it might be the B side, while members such as Johan and Josh S will be going for the lurk. As I say that, look at that, they just back away, and it's just like, I think we're just going to try to feel the map out here, but that could be dangerous because you know Bren, they like to go for those 2-3 man peeks outside on B side or bind defense and just catch you off.
They like to go for those early pushes, early peaks, and maybe get those early picks. And that's actually something that works in their favor a lot. Punishing that, it's not the easiest thing in the world. You saw them, you know, take dominant map control towards mid in Haven. That's something that they often do. Same thing in Ascent. But then again, Arkangel also are familiar with strats like those. They like to play aggressive on their defense as well, which is why I think this is going to be an exciting game. Both these teams not afraid to show aggression on either side, but now it's not what we expected because both of these teams, they're sitting far back.
It's the Grandfinals, man. You can't make a mistake here. Even at the very start of the round, you know that both of these teams respect each other because even though, again, people will say, Bren lang malakas, it's not really the final thing. You know Bren is still respecting Arkangel because these are the players, this is the team that can really bring you to the limit if you do not respect them enough.
And this is the hit towards that A site. It's taken them quite a while to get into it. 30 seconds left, and they've spotted out one. Well, that's going to be the information given.
Left.
3 players still on the site right now, and they're trying to break onto it. Here comes the rotation. It's going to take a while. Borkum opens things up here. King is right there to get that smoke, but Dubstep with a double kill on that paint shell. Amazing usage of that utility to deny any push currently towards his location, leaving just Nasty and Josh S on a fraction of HP that will get withered away like the sands of time so quickly right there. You know, 1-0 for Bren.
That was very risky for Arkangel. Like, they held their own for such a long time, and they actually didn't have any information. That aggressive play outside of Shower just meant that they wanted to take it as quickly as possible, but they still have yet to figure out where the members of Bren were. And granted, if you saw it, Bren actually had 4 light shields in that round, which means that they were ready for the brawl, and Arkangel used all of their utilities at the start with no fruit whatsoever. So Bren really starting it strong here as Jesse Bash is going to be throwing out that dart onto Fountain on B long. Not going to find anybody. Oh, here comes Arkangel on the short. It's going to PBD here on the close range, but not too close enough as Ching devours him with the Spectre. And here comes Arkangel still being pushed back by the Omen, by Bren, and can they get the spike planted down? Not even going to happen as Dubstep denies.
And that's a really quick round here for Bren. Very cleanly done, only losing 1 player, and they'll be happy to, of course, take that trade all day long. But the first gun round now on the board. This is going to tell us quite a lot about the rest of the game. Let's see what Arkangel does. They've been passive thus far. Maybe they'll change things up. Maybe they'll pull out one of their strats that they have been so intelligent on, so amazing on.
That was, again, very messy. Granted, it was just the the next round after the pistol. They're not going to have their buys and whatnot. They're going to be weaker on that one, so maybe just catching off Bren here. But if you try to go for a fast play like that, I feel like Bren is one of the teams that it doesn't work anymore because they're so used to it. They could just like adapt as quickly as they could. And honestly, having dubstep on this Raze makes it so that he has, compared to the Jet and the Reyna, more stopping power with his pain shells as well as his explosive utility. So you can't really do something like that without being put to the grinder that is dubstep on A.
Yeah, they've been holding so phenomenally well. Nasmi going down quite early on, and look how far back he dies. That's because of the aggression that we always see from Bren, because they know that they're on, you know, just Spectres, and so you want to use them. If you can get a kill with that, sure. If you don't and you die, it's still utility, it's still information granted to you. So now, head towards that B side. PBD dashing in. Not going to be spotted just yet, and the site's going to be clear for the meantime. Peeking out of the corner, and he gets a nice adjustment over Justy Bash.
That's going to be the continuation for Arkangel onto the site. Not yet. Just going to take a quick little breather here. Borkum is going to be coming outside of elbow, and from stab, he rips out the showstopper. Not going to be able to connect onto anybody. It still is going to be Arkangel onto that one. And look at PBD just able to consume them as they come out, leaving it to Borkum. You know he's a master, but with 50 HP on that and the timer not on his side, it's going to be very difficult in this 3 versus 1. He's going to be coming out of this one right now. He sees one, but it stinks down to 5. And with that crossfire, denied. Arkangel get the first point.
The first gun round, it's a good sign here for Arkangel. And they've made things already interesting quite immediately. Coming back from a disadvantage at the very beginning of the round, they're able to turn things quick, hit that B without any hesitation. I think the entry towards that site, I think by Jesse Fash, was a little bit ill-advised, going in too soon without backup, no one to trade him. Yeah. Actually, maybe looking to get a quick kill. And I think that's where it started to fall apart for the side of Bren, because the retake, it could have come in. They could have waited a lot longer. But Jesse Vash did get picked off, I think, a little too soon.
To be fair, though, it was, of course, to Josh S once again, having that breach. It allowed them to really clear out these angles without having to peek it themselves. They need to break this as quickly as possible. And look at that. Just one tap. It's all what it is. Borkum on the side here. Nice little flash beam. But he still has to take out the corner, and he gets the first boss onto the B side. That is going to be Borkum. Big shots here because the hot hands, not anymore. No more flashes, no more walls. And it's only these Cypher cages that will stop them for only a couple of seconds.
Look at this stack. 3 men already dedicated here towards that B area. And they're all behind elbow, all towards CT. That's Dubstep, just jiggle peeking that angle with his paint shell, waiting for the right opportunity to use it. And so the moment he actually sees one or has information, that's when he's going to actually come out and use it. But it's going to be a quick rotation towards that A. And that's the right thing to do here, because Ching is all alone holding it himself.
This is the perfect bait right here. They've held it off for like 20 seconds. Bren has still yet to fully commit to defense on the B side, and they have Ching holding an angle on that top. But are they going to go for the bigger brain play? They have 30 seconds on the clock, and they can not push the short and go to the teleporter and go B, which could be perfect if they know where Bren is. Carl spots out one. This could be that idea, but they have to make this now or never, and they do. The perfect bait coming in. It's going to be Dispenser on the defense, but PBD is already on the site, and he will help that secure as 10 seconds left on that clock. But this is still a chance if Dispenser can get that one kill. But Carl, perfect on that connection.
Do they have time to plant?
They do. It should. Oh my goodness, it is 0.5 seconds.
That was way too close for Comfort. They got the spike down, playing it a little bit too close for Comfort, and Arkangel with a big brain rotation. The double teleport play comes in, bamboozles Bren completely, and takes the round right now, forcing an eco onto Bren.
Those 2 rounds that started from Arkangel, leagues away from what they have had in like the other 2 rounds that they just started. That big recon dart from Carl definitely gave that information for Arkangel. If they didn't spot anybody at the back of the A side, that might have netted them, that might have forced them, pushed them to actually go in for the A. But when they saw that Dubstep was there, they're like, screw it, we're just going to go to B side and go for it, because we still have that option, because PBD is still there to go for the push. So you know that there is some strategies on the attacking side here for Arkangel. They've studied up, they have figured out slightly what to do with Bren, but now Bren's going to be on the weaker buy, and they're going to be going for these close quarter combat angles.
And they definitely have to get up close to make this shotgun onto Dispenser quite useful. Borkum's gonna want to get close to as well with that frenzy, but he's inching around that smoke, just trying to maybe see if he can get somebody, trying to find a clever little kill, but it's not going to happen. Everybody's playing a little bit too apprehensive, and this is what Arkangel are also quite good at. They know that Bren are at a disadvantage, and so they're playing back, waiting for Bren to make a mistake, waiting for Bren to fall into their trap, but nobody's biting here. It's just this discipline right now from Arkangel. They've been playing this. Oh no, the timing.
Oh no, Carl!
They miss each other. The owl drone misses, and that's huge. But there's a Cypher trap right there. Borko might not be able to get across.
But still, that's the pinch that could really hurt the style of PBD here. Oh, this is going to be beautiful from Dispenser. Carl on the rotation as well, but Borkum backs off. Carl was taken by Borkum. That was perfect. One player, sorry, will be left standing, and Borkum has his own ultimate, but he's so damn good with that one.
Oh my god.
No, Borkum, he does it once again. He doesn't have to defuse because he's gonna go run it back to his own body, but my goodness, how does he do this? The timings, the aim, everything falling in place, even on that eco.
This is going to be a good game right off the bat. It's a 3-man kill clutch for Borkum. That's a Red Bull clutch for sure. Amazing, amazing player right there from Borkum. And it's a good read right now also. But let's not forget Dispenser. He made full use of that Bucky. He gets 2 kills with it, and the rest is taken up by Borkum. Allows Borkum to get a rifle, and when a rifle is in the hands of Borkum, magic can happen, and it did.
This is the difficult thing with Arkangel's composition here, is that I think more so than not, it seems like they were afraid to try to get and take these angles because they know that there is so many these tight angles that can be used on the eco round by your opponents, especially by Bren on that one. They might have needed like a Josh S on the raise to help with like the paint shells and the boom bots to clear this out, but they had to use his breach, which we didn't really see coming. They only went for those dry peaks and it didn't work out because there were so few in between. Dispenser still gets that headshot, and here comes the defense on A.
That's a lovely shot to start the round. PBD walking to his doom. Ching is right there and waiting for that updraft. Well played. The flash was actually good here. Owl Drone gets the spot onto Carl right now. Still not afraid to peek out. Is Nasmi getting that kill onto Dispenser. Now the site will be controlled for the meantime by Carl, and he's going to get a follow-up kill right there onto Ching, and he still made this possible. 2v3 currently, and he's landing the shots. Josh S, though, from the back, getting the cover onto his teammate. Carl finally forced out of the corner, still looking for another head to shoot. But that beautiful flashbang from Borkum gets the kill. He does drop low, and it's still a 1v2 right now for Josh S. He is an amazing clutcher, but can he take one more round up against Bren? The answer is going to be, wow, that shot currently onto Dubstep, but the trade kill is too quick. You almost believed for a second that he could have done it.
I feel like Phoenix is so unfair at this point. You saw that hot hands coming up from Borkum, forcing Carl out of a position out in the open, and he actually took more than half his HP already. So when he challenged Borkum, he was basically at disadvantage. And after that, able to hit a perfect flash just to kind of add insult to injury. Josh S has incredible aim, that's granted, but you already know Bren knows how to approach that particular angle or that particular situation, and it really hurt him in the end. He had an ultimate, maybe he could have used it to get out of harm's way because they already knew where he was, because he was just stomping his ground on A, but that's all said and done. It's 2-4 with Bren having that 2-round advantage.
And currently Bren in the lead right now. They've made a quick comeback after taking those 2 losses in a row to Arkangel. They know how to bounce back, and take a look at this. Jesse Vash on the op. It's not going to be on Dubstep. Dubstep is just going to be on the Judge here, but Rolling Thunder now towards A. Going to be a no hesitation contact play. Smoke's coming out here. The execute is good for now, but Bren, Ching does take down PBD, who does try to secure more map control. Now they're going to give some more away, as currently they are in control over the A side, but for how long is the question. Dispenser, not unless he has something to say about it. He gets one. Borkum backs up his teammate, gets one himself, and Dubstep with the Judge finishes off that round in a 4-2. Make that a 5 right now for Bren, and they are ramping up themselves, Asarai.
There is an incredible amount of pressure for PBD right now to make something happen as he tries to go for those aggressive plays. But with so many smokes at the back of the A side, he had to I don't even feel like he had to try to challenge the A Heaven there. It would have been really nice, but it was definitely suicidal, especially when Shing knew what was coming onto him. So they really have to kind of figure out when is the perfect time to kind of stop and just control where you are already, because if you reach too much, then you know that Bren will just chop off your hand, and chop off your hand they did on that particular round.
Every single time you give them an inch, they'll take a mile. That's what we always say about Bren. Small mistake, easily punished, and that's one of the reasons that Bren is on the top right now. 5-2 is where Arkangel finds himself. Not a lot of economy here. PBD has to use his frenzy just to be able to get that boom bot down. And they lose quite a lot of map control, I think, as well. Look how far back they're playing, especially towards that hookah area. They don't even want to peek it at all.
Just a little bit of, a little bit of calm before the storm here, because it seems like Arkangel, they can't make anything happen outside of A showers, because they also need that control on short to make it work. Their map control in A is abysmal when it comes, again, as they come out of shower. But now looking into this one, it's going to be Dubstep on the defense here. He has the Vandals. If they try to go aggressive at him, he has a really good shot at just hitting those. But Nazmi, perfect timing. Borkum still has control in B-Long, and somebody has to flush him out. But you heard the words. Joke Soba, they're dead, and Borkum comes in with the Fury.
Yeah, that's a complete opportunity missed right there, and Borkum's gonna get taken down, doesn't even get a chance to respawn. Dispenser in a load of trouble here in a 1v3. What can you do? He lets, oh my god! And Dispenser! What was that triple spray down from him? That was one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen in Valorant. What?
Okay.
What?
I had to react as well, man. That was a 3 versus 1. That was supposed to be in the bag. Josh S performed fantastically using his utility to clear out the backside, to clear out the side and actually stun the Opera there. But look at this. 1, 2, 3. How does that even happen? I think that was a collateral, but still fantastic. Still Dispenser popping off.
And this is why Dispenser, he's known far and wide to be one of the most lethal players in the country. Dubstep, his partner, he goes down for the meantime, but they're looking for the trade frag here towards B. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got a grand final on our hands.
There is going to be Jesse Bash on the close angle here outside of Hookah. He has Borkum as well, who's going to be flushing out. Oh no, that's so unfortunate, Nazmi.
Yikes.
You know that they know those angles. That is the full utilization. That is why, again, I'm just fanboying about the Phoenix here, guys. But you saw the hot hands force Nazmi in either you cross or you don't cross, and you still die both ways.
Either way. You're trapped in the corner right there. Jesse Vash getting that kill. Already finding themselves one player ahead. They level the playing field, rather, as Dubstep actually went down a little bit earlier on. 45 seconds left. Where will Arkangel go? They're heading towards B right now. That's the plan of action here. And they have found some success towards B. They just haven't been able to recreate their earlier success from the first few rounds.
That is very true, and that's definitely,
30 seconds
because of
left.
how just good Borkum is. But honestly, it's better off that they go for B rather than A, because A seems to be just a non-factor already here for Arkangel. They're going to be charging their way in, but it seems like Bren were like, just come in to our spider's web, and here we go to devour you. But it's going to be the trade on there, the 1-for-1. Josh S is outside, but Shing will just be too on point. Shing the God waking up a little bit here in the 9th round as we go 2-7 with Bren just showing us up.
Bren is currently on fire. It seems like they have been awoken. The beasts in Bren, after those 2 losses from Arkangel earlier, it's like a slap to the face. All right, it's game time. And they've just been lighting it up ever since here. Round after round after round. It's either one of the members of Bren. If it's not Dispenser, it's Borkum, it's Dubstep. These guys are just cracked.
And I just want to add here, this is just to point out, this is a really good setup for Bren. Let's see if they're going to get a kill. It seems like that's not going to be true. Never mind! Dubstep gets a 2K! They're going to be coming out of Hookah, but the hot hands just sizzle him down. And you know what? Borkum, he's the chef here. Yes, chef! I got to get one with that one. And he will just pin everybody down in the back of sight. Still, though, Carl is able to make some magic work out, but Borkum is still the true Alakazam as he gets that 4K with the help, or sorry, the 3K with the help of Dubstep. Sorry, just to finish off what I was saying there, Ilu, is that, just want to point out, Ching and Dispenser, the Omen and the Cypher, usually you kind of want 3 people on A, but because of these 2 agents specifically, the one-way smokes and the traps, it makes it very difficult for Arkangel to go for the A site with minimal personnel of Bren being there. And this allows Bren to actually solidify their B with a 3-man. Even though Arkangel are still able to go through that, there's always enough people to try to challenge them. And that is going to be the showstopper from Dubstep. No connection whatsoever, though.
How is he somehow still alive, though? They finally take him down. Hunter's Fury now coming in. Ching almost teleports right into it. That would have been unfortunate. Carl has one for himself. He actually gets the kill. Jesse Bash finds BBD, but Carl doesn't find anyone in response. Now Ching gets that kill onto Johan, and the spike is dropped in no man's land here towards A.
Man, oh man. I mean, I get it. People will keep saying it. Arkangel are in a really difficult situation here, as it seems like Bren has got it locked and loaded on the defending side, surviving with 4 people. That is harder to say than not. In any case, though, this is going to be the last round. Arkangel definitely need to get this 3-9 and make something happen on their defending side. And I'm also curious to see how Bren's going to be approaching that on their pistol. But for the most part, Arkangel are still going to be on the weaker buy here, as we are seeing a couple of Spectres in tow or in hand.
And that was a sample of why exactly Bren have just been so dominant in the scene. They barely make any mistakes, and when they do, they bounce back for sure every single time. Arkangel, they're left scratching their heads because they've found some sparks of brilliance, but currently, though, they're unable to find or recreate that same success, that same result that they have found at the start of the round. And they currently have no idea how to deal with this Bren. Borkum gets that information, Jiggle peeking out, Hot Hands to slow them down, now falling back towards the site, and that's going to be Jesse Bash and him locking down this angle. They still do have Dubstep over here in Hookah, and that could be the pins here that they're looking for here. Oh! Thunder, and Jesse Bash gets that kill with that operator onto PBD, not even allowed to tailwind in here. Flashed off, Borkum has no chance, or does he? He gets the kill even though he's completely flashed up. Now Nasmi and Carl, they're trying to bring things back, but can they do it? Carl gets a double right there, and he somehow keeps things alive. Nasmi finds one. Ching in a 1v2. Knows where one is, but he misses his chance. And Nasmi with 3 kills manages to bring things back for Arkangel.
Honestly,
Switching sides.
Dubstep, or rather Nasmi from Arkangel, was supposed to deal with Dubstep there on Hookah. And I thought that that play outside as Dubstep came out was going to be the death of Arkangel there, but they were able to still pick it up with Nasmi doing a fantastic job of providing or proving some results as he was playing on that Hookah area. But for the most part, that was messy to say at the least, but they still were able to scrounge up that 1 round, and now it's the reset. Now it's the side swap, and now it's a chance for Arkangel to maybe get back. But still, Bren have so much in their arsenal to work with. They have, like what we saw with Borkum. You saw it, man. You said it already as well. The ability of Phoenix to slow the pace of attackers down is nothing short of annoying. And now here we go.
And how do you deal with Bren? They finally managed to do it, but it took a heroic effort from the members of Arkangel to win that last round. And by God, they need that last round right now. A 10-2 halftime score, that would have not looked too good. But a 9-3, that's still somehow salvageable. If Arkangel can win this pistol, if they can string the rounds together, they have a fantastic chance of coming back here. But is that the question?
Well, it needs that answering, but look at that. Ching starting it off with the headshot onto Nasmi and the control into the center of the A side as Spike will get planted. Here comes the rest of Arkangel with 2 coming in from the flank from behind, but Jesse Bash is going to be holding off that angle on the short. Josh S with the stun as well, but still no kills will be had as here comes Carl. Spots out by Jesse Bash. They know he's there. He has to be flushed out already, which Carl does. Gets a second headshot, and here they come. 3 versus 3. Through 2 on the Hookah, 1 on the triple box, but it's not going to happen. The simultaneous, and Bren get their 2-digit, well, advantage over Arkangel.
This is looking dire. Wow, this game started off real strong for Arkangel, but now it's just slipping further and further away out of their reach. And that was the pistol round 2, so we are most invariably going to be seeing an 11-3 because we know Bren. They don't mess these pistol rounds, these eco rounds up. They do not mess around with anti-ecos. They're bringing out the Phantoms. They're bringing out the Spectres. They even have Borkum on a Bulldog. They're taking no chances in this round.
Is it me, or is Josh S's Breach pick more of a liability than it is something, you know, to their advantage? Because, like, if he uses any of his abilities, Bren just knows how to dodge it. And that kind of puts Arkangel in a full sense of security where they push in and they're like, we got this, guys, we got some knockups, but then nobody's knocked up and Bren is ready for the crossfire, which is, yeah, not good at all.
I really wanted to see more of those teleport-style plays from Arkangel. They did it once, and that worked well, but
True.
never again here. Josh S now holding onto site, but I don't imagine he's going to be hanging on there for too long. They're waiting a little bit, waiting for someone to peek out, waiting for a mistake here. But they still have not found anybody to take down. Arkangel's giving them nothing.
And that's just the right decision, right? You don't want to give Arkangel, which is, I would say, one of the most deadliest opponents that they might have an opportunity to make something happen. 40 seconds left on the clock, and Bren is still kind of holding things up. They do have Borkum right into the side, and here comes Dubstep with the Furious coming out. Josh S in the middle of Tube there, able to get a couple of kills as well as Nasty to hold him up, but it's still pretty much doable. Look at that. He challenged, he chose to go for the long range angle with the Frenzy, and that's not going to work out. And now it's left with PBD. He has yet to really pop off here, and I don't think he's going to be able to do that as Ching spots him. 3-11 and 2 more for Brent to secure game 1.
Yeah, like I said, Bren, they don't really make many mistakes when it comes to anti-egos. They know how to play to avoid getting taken down. Not just to avoid getting taken down and traded, but to also save a lot of their economy, keep their players alive, because that's what they need to do. They need to build that bank, build that economy. Even, well, not as much now because they're at an 11-3 score, and they're not too worried about the rounds. They're not too worried about the economy, rather, because they know that they just want the rounds instead. And yeah, it is going to be, I think, do or die here for Arkangel.
It definitely is. If they lose this one, it's definitely all over. I don't think there's going to be a chance. If you go to 3-12, the mentality there, the pressure in their mental is going to be so difficult for Arkangel to come back. Better yet, to just kind of reset themselves and try to figure out what they're going to have to do on that next round. Bren Dispenser able to spot out one coming in through his tripwire, and he is on the hunt. Look at how aggressive and confident this man always plays. Like, if he gets a whiff that you're there, he will challenge and just chase at you like a dog to a bone.
Well, like a mailman being chased by a
dog.
Like a dog. No. The mailman doesn't do the chasing.
The dog.
Because that would be weird. But
what? I don't know, man.
Ever seen a mailman chase a dog?
I mean, unless the mailman is like super ripped, right? Yeah. Maybe.
Blinding.
But let's see, as
like if The Rock was your mailman.
Over.
Maybe.
You're dead.
That would be. Yeah, that would be a cool mailman.
Cage trigger.
Or if Chuck Norris was your mailman.
He'd just throw everything.
30 seconds left.
Last-ditch effort here for Arkangel. They managed to get one down. 4v4 now. Spike will drop, and King will get that trade kill here. Finally, they're going to plant that spike, see how things go in this round. It's a 3v4. Arkangel at a disadvantage yet again. Bren looking closer and closer to match point. They could close this out very soon if Arkangel don't win this first gun round here. Nasmi, nice pick to find right there though, but he is currently trapped in this corner. Has to find a couple more, but Jesse Vash spotted out in this corner here. Will they peek him out? Borkum waiting for the right timing to use that flash, as Carl actually gets that kill onto Ching right now. Jesse Vash will be taken down here, and Carl will actually be able to close the round here. And it's a good round from Arkangel, but do they have the time?
Yes, they should. About 2 seconds. There you go. That was very close for comfort, and honestly, I thought they were not going to have enough rounds to work with that, but they still make it happen. Arkangel are fighting, guys. It goes to show Carl is already in that 15 kills, and he's really like leading the charge here. Yesterday, was it, when we saw Arkangel up against Atlas, it was Yoshi and Carl really kind of butting heads here, but now it's Carl who needs to step up once again as Bren is knocking at their doorstep. Actually, no, it's Arkangel who tries to open the gate and knock on the doorstep of Bren, but Bren is not budging one bit. Now Carl, you should know that if he tries to charge out right here, he will get shot easy. PBD gets a little bit of a love tap, I think, or maybe just the light shield on him. As the Dubstep will be marching his way onto the B-long. There's multiple people here. Carl is on the rotate, and that stinger is filthy. It definitely just, well, stings you, and that's going to be a nice little kill, nice little entry there for Dubstep.
Josh S, though, he is being all sneaky here. Gets a good flash in. He sees the owl drone. There's still some more information that there's a couple. Finally takes it down. He is now out of flashes, but we'll force them away from that angle. And that's some map control, some real estate gains right now from Arkangel. But Bren's Borkum, however, still has hookah, has complete control over it at the moment. Question is, how will they hit it? It looks like a 2-2 split coming into this B side.
There's still a chance for the rotation, right? Onto A, and you can see why, and you can see the fear of Arkangel there, still having like PBD as well as Johan in the back of the A side, but they really have to commit to a silent defense here, or else they're just gonna lose it. And here comes Dubstep. Okay, just charging in with the showstopper. Hold your horses, guys. He has yet to make that big explosion, and Josh S denies. They can still go for the retake here. Josh S comes in. All right, we see you, man. We see you. And they're not done just yet. Spike yet to get planted, and here we go. The 2v4 scenario. Borkum on that. Great shots coming out from him.
He's still got a couple to find. Nice curveball. Oh my God, Borkum. Now it's a 1v1, but from the side, the tailwind was perfect to find the angle. And PBD takes down Borkum, bringing us to 11-5. And time after time, Arkangel, they hold on.
For you Zoomers out there, Borkum just clapped the members of Arkangel. My gosh, that was a 2 versus 4, and they still got an almost clutch. Arkangel are threading the needle here. They're surviving, they're winning, but they're definitely threading the needle and holding it close up. And it just goes to show, again, with that positioning, 2-on-B, 2-on-A on the defense, you see how Arkangel is very cautious and have yet to fully read the movements of Bren here. Honestly, maybe a 3-1 might have been better, but they really do respect that Bren has most of the map control in this map, and they have to play at disadvantage for the most part. And that's why you're seeing so many more kills and so many deaths before Arkangel can clutch around.
Oh yeah, but let's not get a little too ahead of ourselves right now. Still a long way to go, but look at this play here. So aggressive right now, and it's good, but PBD, he can't hit the shots. The double flash onto Borkum, and he's ready for it, but he just doesn't land the shot. Now they're flanking from the back. Dispenser looking for that kill. He gets one, though, and Carl finds a third. And right now, Bren, they're looking worse for wear here. As Carl looking for the ace right now. Here's the teleport coming in, but it's not actually going to be right now. Carl already has 4. He just needs one more to get the ace. The first ace of the game. King right there finds 2 beautiful shots. And it's Johan to close things out, denying Carl the ace himself. But still, a good round from Arkangel.
Calm, collected, and deadly. Ooh, man. If he just got like that the third flick, I might have been pretty bad right there. So the reason why Carl probably did not peek out, because he had very little HP, and rather than hunt, he'd rather just try to get that information on where Ching was, because if he tried to aggress on Ching and he isolated that fight, Ching might have been able to get a Phantom, and you don't want to give an upgraded weapon to any of the members of Bren, because they can make goal with that. So better off that they're careful. In any case, though, 6-11, and Arkangel are slowly creeping back in the revealing area.
Now, it's only... They're not too far away now. Just about 5 rounds away until they can close this gap here. Borkum looking to open things up. Run it back will be deployed. And that's going to be Josh S and Nasmi to level the playing field up until Dubstep chimes in with a kill of his own from up high. Spike still has yet to get planted. What's the move right now for Bren? It looks like it's going to be a plan here. Rolling Thunder will be deployed. Stops the plant. And now they got to go off the back of this play. Nice flash here. Josh S looks at the right place, but unable to get that kill, and that's going to be another round for Bren. Match point right now as they find another round for themselves.
Again, that's the big issue for Arkangel here. When they use the utilities of Josh S, they think, it seems like they're going to say like, yeah guys, we got this. We're going to be able to kill all of them because we hit them with our Rolling Thunder. But they really have to respect that Bren can play around those, and it shows as Borkum comes out of shower and basically destroys the punish that Arkangel was supposed to do. And with 6 rounds straight that they have to work, and with minimal weaponry coming into this one, it's going to be very difficult.
Now, 12-6, literally do or die right now. PBD misses a golden opportunity to take Borkum, and this round, this game, might just be almost all over here. until that Hunter's Fury comes in, it actually gets Borkum. So that's a really good way to bring things back right now. But it's still a long way to climb. They have not gotten that much map real estate here, and Dispenser just loses the timing. Took a couple of seconds, but Nasmi gets the kill, he gets the information.
That is so, so important. Gonna love the timings here for Arkangel. At least now they're starting to challenge where they know typically the members of Bren are going to be, and it's kind of like a conditioning thing, right? Which is pretty good. But speaking of conditioning, that's going to be a Yippee coming out from Dubstep. Ching left to remain here, but he does have 2v1 with opponents just coming in from the spawn. So this is very workable for him. He just has to find a position, and where he chooses is going to be elbow. This actually could be very fatal if they don't check him out. And look at that. In the X-rays, they are not. This is going to be big, but he doesn't get the connections. And now his revelation, or sorry, his location is exposed.
That's almost a kill right there for Ching. The lineup was almost there. It was a great idea for a play, but Ching just didn't get the right aim for it, just didn't hit the shots. And that's going to be a really unfortunate miss for him in this round as we go towards a 12-7 score. And we're getting closer and closer to bridging this gap here between Bren and Arkangel.
Right, just need a little bit more. This is what they need to do. Keep doing, rather, which is to catch off these lurks from Bren. This is like one of Bren's strongest and also weaker traits, is that they do like to go for these split-ups where Dispenser is all by himself. And if he can't get that value, Bren kind of slowly chokes out. And this allows Arkangel to move a little bit more freely. They need to find that kind of scenario once again, but it's going to be nigh difficult here as Dubstep comes in with the Fury coming outside of Showers and Borkum to follow up as well, pincering in, and this is just the decisiveness coming out from Bren.
Yeah, they're not hesitating at all right now. And that's going to be another kill for Borkum here. Could be the end of the game as Carl's the last man standing. He finds one, he doesn't find any more, and it's going to be Bren taking the first game here today at the Grand Finals here of First Strike Philippines. 13-7 was the final score in the end, Asarai, and what a game we just saw.